Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Chronicles of Sovik. Back in Bastion, in fact I haven't done the recording now, I think for about 4 or 5 days. This is now the 1st of December, I think the last recording I did was the 26th of November. So we've got a bit of catching up to do. So what have I done in between recordings? As always, well, as most of the time, I've not done anything in terms of experience. So we're on level 53, pretty much halfway through it still. Now in terms of the gold, we're up to 2.2 gold liquid at the moment. So as suspected from the last episode, we did take over 2 million gold. And in fact, we have got some other stuff as well. I've bought 6 WoW tokens, which I'm going to turn into game time, probably at the end of this episode, off recording. So I bought 6 months worth of game time. Each one of those cost me about 112,000 each. So if you times 6 of those together, that gives 670,000. So you can actually see in terms of gold, we are probably close to pushing 3 million. So in the last 4 or 5 days where I haven't recorded anything, haven't done any questing, kind of sat in a garrison, putting things on the auction house, dual crafting, prospecting, etc, etc. We made quite a bit of cash. Now in terms of a dual crafting, I do some separate dual crafting videos. But the dual crafting is really on the floor at the moment in terms of rings, necklaces and bits and pieces. You can still make a profit. It's still a decent profit, but it's nowhere near the profit I was making for the first sort of few days. So if I bring up my TSM chart, you can see here, this is Wednesday last week. We were at that 388 mark. And you can kind of see like the jumps all the way right up to here. We're up to 2.69 million. Then I bought the WoW tokens. Then you can see the actual increase in profits, or the bank balance has gone up. This little dip here, I have just went and spent 55,000 gold on Leystrike ore, which I prospected. So what you can see in the bag in terms of all these gems and bits and pieces, I've got pretty much the same in my bank as well. Again, for a prospecting video I did, just to see if prospecting was worth it. So profits are still going up. You can't really deny 200,000-300,000 profit in a few days. But it's time to get back on and get on with the questing, because at level 53, we carry on at this rate, we'll never even finish Shadowlands before the next expansion saying. Okay, so we've still got these quests down here, which is where we're going to head off down to. We've still got all our companions in tow. Yeah, there he is. There's our little Murloc. So let's have a bimble down and see if we can get some of these quests done today. Other than that, it's not a great deal to report. As I said, it's really been about the gold making. As I said, I've got 6 months worth of WoW tokens at the moment. I'm very tempted to, if I see the tokens below 110, to go maybe pick up another 6. Do we need to kill these? Here we do. Maybe pick up another 6. But at the moment, 6 months worth of WoW tokens and 2 million gold in the bank. I think that's pretty decent. Okay, so I've even played on this character for a while, so let's remember how the buttons go. I've been actually playing on my EU run, my elemental shaman, so again it's just probably going to take a little bit of time just to remember which buttons do what, get back in the swing of things. Okay, so I think the plan is, because we are actually a little bit ahead of the game here in terms of experience, I think, in terms of where we need to be, is we'll try, obviously we've got to do all the campaign quests. We don't have any choice with not doing the campaign quests, but we'll probably look to skip some of the side quests for now. I suspect I know which covenant I'm going to go into. I haven't played it through on my EU side and seen all the covenants, and it pretty much is the same covenant I was looking at selecting for him at the start of Shadowlands, which is probably going to be the Necrolords and Maldraxxus. Now, I think thematically it fits quite well. He's an orc, he's a warlock, he's an orc. But I think it does. I think it was a sort of a decent fit for him. My only concerns are that at the moment, looking at like Wowhead, Icy Veins, etc., etc., it's probably the worst choice in terms of like high-end progression. Picking the Necrolords. I think I'd be better off actually for an Affliction Warlock at the time of this recording, going for someone like Kyrian, Bastion, the zone I'm in at the moment. However, that's not the point of this. The point of this isn't we're going to try and get into raiding or anything along those lines. It's enjoying the characters, progression, and I do feel that Moldraxis and Necro Lord's Covenant will be a good fit. For my EU character, which is a Goblin Shaman, I've gone for the Venfir and Ravendrift, so I think that works quite well as well. I don't want to do the same one twice, so for me it would either be a case of going for this or potentially Bastion, but you know, I wasn't overly swept up by this zone, to be perfectly honest with you, when I went through. So I think it is going to be the Necro Lords, which will be fun. Now, having gone through and done some of these quests, hopefully it should mean that when we go through this and do the campaign on these ones, we're not going to suddenly start getting lost. How many more do we need? We need 4 more of these Everworm. This Sarah. Oh, and I haven't bought any more gear for him either. He's still got exactly the same gear what he had the previous episode. So we'll look to try and pick some up as we go along, which is exactly what I did with my EU character. And then when we get to level 60, we might look to try and get a few bits and pieces just to bump him up a little bit. In fact, we probably will do. Okay, so we just need 2 more of these lilies, which are just down here. Let's get rid of this notification of rare. Let's grab this one. Okay, great. What have we got over here? What's this yellow thing here? Anima Extractor. Now you would think that having played this and gone through these quests, you know, seriously, not that long ago, I remember all these things are. Okay, there are some ore up here. Here it is. I'm standing on top of it. Okay, we've got 7 ore from that. So the ore prices, I think the selenium ore, when I was picking this up beforehand, was, well, you can see it's currently at 18 gold. I think I was picking up when it was worth maybe sort of 70 gold, so the prices have definitely crashed. Let's just jump down here. I'm guessing it's over in this area. It certainly is. Have we got any trouble with us? I think we just got 1 mob. Whittle him down. These pop-ups get annoying with all these rares that spawn up. Okay, so we actually got a crossbow from him. I can almost guarantee, without even looking at it, this is going to be just over discard value. And the crossbow sells for 88 gold, or vendors for 88 gold, and it is worth 88 gold. So that's the state of where greens are at the moment. All these 2x4 farms. Okay, what's this flying above our head? Oh, so we need to defend this from this creature. Okay, that's that done. Let's loot him. Fairly straightforward. Get the condensed anima mote. So this beast Sebastian keep popping up. Is there any way down? I'll have to work out some way of trying to disable that. Okay, so any quests that pop up like this, we're not going to do because I think we've got enough experience currently on the board. And I'm sure by the time we pick up some more ore as well as we're questing around, that will bump that up as well. So we can try and skip the side quests.
I help.
Okay, hello, humble steward, Sika here to help. So we've got the cycle of anima, then you've got the ether worms. Did you find anima, small pieces even? Yep, here we go, 25 pieces of that. Sika pokes for squishy substance. It glows. This means anima. Forge light will be pleased. And we also have the flower bulb things. Good way of describing it. Oh, they smell nice and they glow lots. This is good. Yes. So
we've got a schedule to keep.
And then the forge light sophone. Is the extractor functional? How much were you able to acquire? We've got the condensed anima mote. That is somehow more and less than I expected. It will have to do.
Take joy in your work.
We've now got to light the
forge
light. I think we have the materials I'll need to light the forge at long last. I'm afraid the place is in a state of disrepair. Between failed attempts at working with Amma and simple neglect, I cannot hope to work the forge as it currently stands. I would very much appreciate your help to get the place in order while I coax the forge to life once more. So basically we need to go and help. Is that him or a her? I think it's a her.
Stewards
Get the forge working.
exclusively to be of aid to us. They become rather depressed when they cannot perform their duties.
How good!
Okay, so it's in here. Right, I kind of remember doing this. Something about using the bellows, if I remember rightly. Okay, so we need to carry some raw materials. Were they round here? Okay. Forgot to bring the raw materials. Let's grab them. Need to put them into the basin.
If you could tidy up a bit, I will have this forge lit in short order.
We now need to clear the vents. We now need to do some tidying up.
There we are.
Okay, ready for turning. Here we go.
You have need of my hands?
Okay, I'm deeply grateful for your help. Now I can practice my craft again. So 6,300 experience there. The work of one's hands. Too long have my hands been idle. Forged like Sophone smiles warmly at you. You cannot know what this means to me, but I might be able to show you. For your aid in restoring my forge, please allow me to craft you a piece of armour. It will not be an extravagant affair, but through good works we grow to know ourselves better. I will need your aid once more. Sika and I will guide you on the specifics. All you need to do is listen and do as instructed. What do you say? So we need to assist Forge like Sophone in creating a piece of armour. And we get the Waylight Vestment, which is... it doesn't say it's any better or worse than what we've got, but I suspect it's probably worse, because we've already got on ours an enchant. But we'll accept a quest anyway.
Sika will show you how to operate the forge.
Okay, so Sika will show us how to operate the forge. Let's go speak to this owl creature. Big forge need heat, not too much, just some. I show. So show me what to do, Sika. Put the bright things in the forge is fuel. Okay, so we need to add 5 of them. Now, the tip here from when I did this, you have to, obviously, you know, goes without saying, you've got to try and keep this in the blue. So when it starts getting too low, for that there, add another one. Oh no, we've got to open a vent first. Okay. And then I think we just need to get to 100%. So every time it reaches the bottom of that blue, just throw in another one. Let it down. Let it keep going. Ticking along quite nicely. And then get to that there, click it one more time. That puts us back in the middle again. So again, just watch it tick down. When it gets to the left hand side of that blue bar, click it again. That went quite cold quite quickly then. Let's throw a couple more in there. Okay, that should be it. Cool, right, that's that done. hold
Come.
the armor
I have
steady.
need of your hands. Hold the armor steady now.
Okay, so you just click on that once.
This is the most delicate part
There
of
doesn't
the
seem
process.
to be any other sort of mechanic
Precision
to this.
is key.
The owl creatures bringing something back from the forge.
Ah,
Okay,
it
that's
is
that done.
finished.
Very straightforward. Let's go and grab this piece of armor from
How
the
may I
forge
aid you?
lights. I hope you like it. It's far from my finest work, but it will serve you well while you are here. Well, not really. We'll probably vendor it, but let's take it anyway. The true Crucible awaits. I confess, Sovik, I had little hope when you first arrived. Clea is convinced that your presence here is a sign of things finally improving in Bastion. I was sceptical. The Forge Light gestures to her forge. What you have done for me will not soon be forgotten. There is a path beyond the Crucible. To walk it, you must overcome a trial. It will be difficult. Such a thing takes aeons for most. You are not most. Clea and Pelagos will tell you more. They await you near the sparring grounds. So quest objective is to speak to Clea and Pelagos in the Aspirant's Crucible. So let's accept that. Again, it's one of the campaign ones.
Go in service.
Right, let's have a look at this piece of gear that she gave me,
Come back soon.
which is not as good as what we've got already. So all that work, but we're effectively just going to vendor it off. Okay, so let's get back out here. We've got another campaign, the campaign handing over on our left-hand side, which looks like it's just up here. Keep getting this Beast Sebastian thing pop up. It's a shame there's no way of ignoring it. Okay. And here she is.
I see you have earned the Forge Light's favor.
The Forge Light's gratitude goes
Time
deeper
to
than you
put your
know.
new
Now
armor
you must
to
turn
the
your
test.
attention back to our purpose here.
Archon's
Assessing
wisdom
your strength.
prevails.
The trial to come will test you in ways you can only likely imagine. I see both from your past and from your demeanour that you are no stranger to combat. I would like to know where your strengths lie so we may address any weaknesses we find before your trial. You will find 3 Praetorian soldiers created for this purpose, each stronger than the last. Defeat them all and I'll consider your strength sufficient to continue at this time. So we need to defeat the 3 Praetorian sparring assistants. Let's accept
Deep
that.
breaths.
Okay, so the first one's... Is there another quest here? There is. This Pelagos
Do
is
you
the one.
need a training partner?
Assessing your stamina. The trial ahead will test your many levels. I, like Claire, wish to assess your willingness to endure. Look around you. All the aspirants here train for the very trial you are to attempt. Some have been here honing their skills for centuries, ages. Some grow quickly, some do not. Your task is to engage them in a friendly, armed combat. Among the Kyrian, this is known as combat meditation. Help them find focus and they shall help you do the same. Return to me when you feel ready to continue. So we need to participate in 8 combat meditations.
Lift up those around you.
Okay,
I believe in you.
so let's go up to... Let's do these, the big circles first. So it's this guy over here.
Shall we converse?
Do we just hit him?
Challenge accepted.
Okay, so we do
I
just
will
hit
use
him.
level 1 training protocol.
Stamina. Okay, so he's got 24,000, which is a good chunk. We're currently on 15,000.
Training protocol is completed.
Okay, fairly
This
straightforward
combat
if a
sequence
slightly
ends.
lengthy fight. Okay, so the next one we need to fight is this one over here called Straticus. Apparently he's the level 3 sparring assistant.
I await your instructions.
Let's just attack him from over here.
Challenge accepted. I will use level 3 training protocol.
not causing us any problems whatsoever in terms of looking to defeat us. It's just quite slow. My gear isn't too bad. I'm still level 53 at the moment, and the vast majority of my gear has come before Shadowlands. I've still got a lot of pre-Shadowlands stuff on there, mostly through
Training
if
protocol
not
is
entirely
completed.
through
This combat sequence ends.
the pre-Shadowlands sort of patch thing they did with an Ice Crown. Okay, so that's 2 of 3 done. Let's go and defeat this last one. He's a level 2 one, so we've just defeated the level 1 one, so this one shouldn't be too difficult. Again, let's get to engagement range.
Challenge accepted. I will use level 2 training protocol. Training protocol is completed.
Okay, and that's him dealt
This
with as well.
combat sequence
Right, so
ends.
now we need to go and kill or defeat some of these. Can we just attack them from here? No. We need to speak to them first. Be sparring assistant or aspirants. Will you spar with me? Okay, so I've skipped some of these sparring aspirant battles because they're very tedious and you need to get 8 of them. This took me like a few minutes just to go through this. So I'm going to save, start recording on the last one. Get this one done with it. Okay, so that is that done. Now you need to go and hand these 2 quests in over here.
You are a sign of the
So
wings
assessing
of
your strength,
change.
impressive. I see I have little enough to teach you.
Keep a calm
And then
mind.
for Pelagos,
Have you read anything
to fight so
interesting
many in
lately?
so short a time is truly a feat of stamina. I am tired just looking at you. Pelagos laughs.
Together, we can
So we
achieve
get another question from Claire. It's clear to all, assessing your spirit, it's clear to all that you are indeed a skilled practitioner. If there's one challenge here that continues to test even the strongest among us, I would have you attempt to best a well-known centurion, beloved by all aspirants, is called Athanas. Consider this a test of your spirit. If you can withstand this trial, then I will deem you ready for what lies ahead. So we've got a challenge, Athanos, who's this big lump in the middle, and from that we'll get the sparring trainer's hand wraps, which aren't as good as what
Our
we've got
purples
already,
back nothing, mortal.
but that's fine. Right.
Initiating humility.
Now I've seen this fight before. And I don't think you can actually win the fight.
It is not yet time for you to ascend.
Okay, so he literally knocked me out from
never
that
gets
distance there,
easier
not
to
even
watch.
facing me.
A necessary lesson in humility.
But that's fine, that's what happens as part of the quest. Okay, just gonna hand that one
How
in.
may I serve you?
This is always a painful lesson. We do not think less of you for it. So we get the sparring trainer's hand wraps.
Whatever the challenge,
Another
we
quest
shall
come up
rise
here from the Forge Like. The
I will
Chamber
hear
of
you.
First Reflection. Athanos, it remains undefeated as intended. Still, you have exceeded any expectation I might have had. You are stronger than many that have come before you. You have come here for a purpose, and Claire has illuminated a path that she believes you can walk. I agree. I have opened the way to the Crucible's final rite. Follow the path to the south and east. There you will find the entrance to the Chamber of First Reflection. Claire will instruct you further. Go in service, Sovik. So we need to speak to Claire in the Chamber of the First Reflection,
My hammer is yours.
Let's accept that.
Should you need it.
I will meet you there, aspirant.
which is just down
Be
here.
ready for a challenge.
Whiz over in this direction. And here she is.
What What is on your mind?
Gather yourself. This is how you'll find your way before the Archon. I am certain of it. So we get 800 experience of that. The first cleansing. This situation may feel familiar, Sovik. When you found Pelagos, he was undergoing a similar rite. As you saw, it can end in violence. This will be the first time you are asked to draw out the burdens that held you to a mortal life. It may be a painful process, it is for many. For you, this is a path you must walk to attain your goals, to earn the right to stand among us, to be heard, so we may carry your message to the Archon herself. Center yourself. When you are prepared, we will begin. Undergo your first cleansing. We'll get a pair of boots for that.
We will fix. I have readied some items in the next chamber. They will help you prepare.
I'm not sure we need any of the items. Do we need to put some... Oh, there we go. Don the vestments, bathing a pool, ring the Vespers of Clarity. So, don the vestments. Ring the bell. Stand in the shower. Have a scrub. Okay, that's fairly straightforward.
I serve not only Bastion.
I would only continue if you are absolutely certain you are ready, Sovik. A cleansing of this kind can be dangerous and I will not be able to aid you beyond words. Are you certain you are ready? I am ready to begin.
Archon's wisdom. In a chamber below, you will confront and subdue your deepest memories. Few aspirants advance to this trial so quickly. If you succeed, you will have proven yourself to the Ascended.
So we need to peer into the soul mirrors.
You must delve deeper. Try again.
Okay, so we brought out Sovik's Malignant Reflection. That one's out.
There is still more you must pull from yourself.
Okay, this time we've got another Sovik's Malignant Reflection. And another one. In fact, we've got two of them. Okay, so made short work of those. And then the final one over here, the final soul mirror.
There. This is the moment
there.
you must
This is the
overcome.
moment you must overcome. What we're going to have? Oh, an anguished memory. Okay, so we've done a little bit more damage to my board walk than what the sparring assistants did.
It is finished.
And that's done. So that's the first cleansing. Okay, so we need to head back out of here and speak to Claire outside the chamber of the first reflection.
Allow me to
This
show
is a
you
moment
the way.
worthy of celebration, Sovik. Claire smiles broadly at you. You have done it, they have come. So we got our Sandal of Soul's Clarity. We did say, suggested it might be better than what we've got already. And the answer is, it isn't. So we'll add those two to the junk pile up here. The Archon's answer. Your cleansing is complete and you are whole. Our plan was to say success. Undergoing such a rite so soon after your arrival has attracted Callus-Fiend's attention once more. Now is our opportunity to request an audience with the Archon. Stand before her and be proud of what you have accomplished. No matter what happens now, you have done all that any aspirant could hope to speak to Callus-Fiend. From that we will learn Scarring Tiff, which deals 379 arcane damage instantly in 762 over 18 seconds. If the enemy dies while affected by Scarring Tiff, you generate 5 soul shards. If they survive, Scarring Tiff's cooldown is refreshed. Very good. Is that what's the cooldown on there?
Calm mind.
I didn't actually see where that got added.
We had best not keep Calisthene waiting.
Seems to have disappeared. Oh, maybe we need to go and speak to him. That's what we get at. Okay, that looks like her up here.
I would have you speak.
Calisthene peers down at you. We meet again, mortal. I wish to speak to the Archon.
I will be watching you, mortal. You arrived in Bastion with dire news, which I have shared with the Archon. She thanks you for your service. As a token of gratitude, she wishes to offer you a gift.
Do we want to accept a gift?
Do you accept? Yes, mortal. Go in service.
Ah, this is it. We need to stand in this blue circle and then hit this button. Doesn't look very warlocky like that, does he? Again, this is definitely not the Covenant for him.
State your purpose.
Okay, so there we go. This is a Scarring Tiff, which we'll probably add down here onto our action bar. You're worthy of Bastion's gift, grace, Sovik. May it serve you well.
Archon's eyes upon you. Go in service,
in fact, we can just leave it there.
aspirants. Archon's eyes
That works
upon
quite
you
well
all.
for us. Okay, so let's go speak to
The
Claire
drive
again.
holds strong.
And
We
all an
must
aspirant can
find a
do. I
solution.
feel we can agree that such a reply feels somewhat hollow. I choose to take faith that we have done all we can, all of us. I do not know what comes next. Perhaps the path will reveal itself. In the meantime, Pelagos and I will return to Aspirant's Rest for a moment of respite. We will meet you there, though there is no need to hurry, as we need to return to Aspirant's Rest.
The Archon said nothing of
Which is right up
Tyrion
there.
serving the
Okay,
law?
I think now is a good time to kind of
Perhaps
put
she
a pause
does
to
not
this
believe
recording. What I'll do is off
We
recording,
have
I'll
but the word
get
of a
myself up
single
there and
aspirant.
get ready for the next
Though
line
one
of
would
questing.
think that would be enough.
Made some reasonable progress now, obviously getting back into the swing of things, and we've added about a third of a level on, which is pretty good. Pushed obviously the campaign storyline on along a bit. So thanks again for watching, and next time the plan will be go up here, pick up the campaign, and I think we go over in this direction over here, which will be great. So until next time, goodbye.